Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my list of the most useful dinos in Ark. These dinos will make your life significantly easier and make your playtime in Ark just that much better. Now we're going to start off with my favorite dino. A lot of you have been asking, what's your favorite dino in Ark? And I'm going to show you right now. My favorite dino is the lowly beaver. It's amazing, it's majestic, and it is a lot more useful than just farming wood. Now, a lot of these dinos are going to be what we call utility dinos in Ark, and these will really make your life so much easier. You're not going to spend hours and hours farming stuff. Once you have these utility dinos, everything in Ark is going to be so much easier. So the beaver is used to actually farm up wood, and it's the best way to farm up wood in the game, hands down. But it has an added side bonus. Now, most of you, your first thought when you need to farm berries is to get a trike or a bronto. Now, those are great, but they're incredibly slow, and you can actually farm up far more berries by using the beaver. Let's get our UI back. Because the beaver can attack while running, so you never have to stop. Now, you do get less per hit than a bronto, but you're able to go through a lot more land, cover a lot more land, and farm up far more berries in a quicker amount of time. So not only is this the best way to farm wood, but it is also, in my opinion, the best way to farm berries. Now, Bronto, you're going to get a lot of berries per hit, but then if you run out of berries around you, it's going to take you 10 years to go to the next patch of bushes to smack. So that's why the beaver is my favorite dino in Ark. So we can get tons of wood, and it's got an added bonus to where we've got a stacking mod on here, so that's why it looks all wonky. But the beaver also, I believe, cuts the weight of the wood in half, so you can carry far more wood and get tons of wood per hit. So pretty amazing dino. We're going to go ahead and show you the best places to tame this guy up. Now, I like to use Taming Pens. We're going to at least show you where to find them easily. So I'm going to go ahead and get my Pteranodon, and we'll be back. Alright, so we're at the first location to tame the castroids, or the beaver, whatever you want to call them. I do believe I just saw an otter here somewhere as well. And I've never seen otters here before. I kind of figured they would be. Now, there is a Sarco here, so we're going to have to contend with that. But there are always beavers here. Now, this location is right here on the top right corner of the map. This is the hidden oasis, and the coordinates are 2269.6. Best number and best dino in Ark. So, super easy to tame. Now, there's an added benefit to actually finding these and taming them, is you can actually go into their little beaver nests, or beaver dams rather, and inside of here you'll find rare flowers, wood, and cementing paste. Now, I'm not going to open that because, oh my god, it's level 192. Holy Jesus. Now, once you open a beaver dam, they're going to attack. So, you need to make sure the beavers aren't right next to your face, or you stand a very good chance of dying, because the beavers are pretty strong. Now, the beavers aren't too difficult to tame. All you got to do is just knock them out, and their favorite food is gallimimus eggs, or kibble rather, or you can use any type of vegetable, and if you don't have either of those, you could tame them up with mejo berries, but I don't recommend it because it's going to be a nightmare. You're going to burn through an absolute butt ton of narcotics, and it's going to take a very, very, very long time. But if you've got the rock carrots or the gallimimus eggs, it's not going to take too long, and your experience taming them is going to be a lot better. First time I ever tamed a beaver, I did it with mejo berries, and I never wanted to tame one ever again, even though they're my favorite dino in Ark. Anyways, we're going to go on to the next one now. Alright, my choice for the second most useful dino in Ark, the mighty Dodocarus. Now, it doesn't seem like much, but this little creature packs a frickin' punch and a really nice bonus. So, most of the progression in the game is going to be coming from needing narcotics, which means you're going to need spoiled meat and berries, wood, and stone. Now, that's why I picked the beaver and the Dodok as my two most useful dinos, because most of the game revolves around these two items. So, Dodoks can farm the ever-living crap out of stone. If I could hit this one particular rock, I would be able to show you. Bam! All the stone in the world. Now you get a 75% decrease in weight on the stone when it's collected by the Dodok. So we're able to carry just an absolute ridiculous amount of stone, get it in a very quick amount of time, and it's going to make your life significantly easier when trying to build or craft pretty much anything in Ark. Now, this is going to be not only useful for building, but you're going to need it to get gunpowder and just a whole bunch of other stuff. Stone is one of those necessities that you're just going to need all the time. It's just, I don't know why I can't hit this one particular rock, but the fact that you get the 75% weight lifted off from the stone when it's being carried by the Dodok is really phenomenal, because you can farm so much of it without slowing down. I don't really like the Ankylo because it's so slow. You really don't get a weight decrease from it, and I don't find the Ankylo nearly as useful as the Doedicurus, mainly because I really never have an issue getting flint. I don't really need that much of it. I mean, we do need spark powder, but really, you need stone and wood way, way more. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys where to find the Doedicurus and what it eats as its favorite food. Alright, so we found a Dodok. Now these guys, for me, have always been really elusive. But this is more often than not the place I find them the easiest. Now, it's not my favorite place to tame them, mainly because of all the RGs, but they do spawn around mountains. You can get them around Mount Doom over there. Not on the mountain itself, but around it where the trees are, you can find Dodoks. Pretty much around any mountain is where you're going to find these guys. Now, more often than not, like I said, I find them here. And this is where I really like to use the next favorite dino in Ark, most useful dino in Ark, and we'll go over that in a second. Actually, we'll go over it now. Argent Tavis, are my next most useful dino in Ark, and we could cover where they spawn here, because obviously they spawn here. Now, they spawn on the mountains. You can get them really easy. Now, the bonus about the RGs is you can pick up most dinos with them and take them to Taming Pens, which is going to make your guys' lives significantly easier. But we'll go over that in a second after the Doedicurus. So the Dodok's favorite food is dillo eggs, and then you can also do the vegetables and the mejoberries just like the Beaver, but you're going to have a lot better luck with the vegetables. And if you don't have, I mean, obviously if you don't have the kibble, if you've got the kibble, definitely use that. But yeah, this is one of the easier places to tame the Dodok. This particular spot was at 55.6 and 49.5. I usually find 1 or 2, sometimes 3, just around. This is right in the middle of the redwoods, if you guys didn't know where this was. So we're right here at the mountain in the middle of the redwoods, and you can usually find a couple Dodoks around here. So it's really good. See, there's another one down there. This is the most common spawn, I think. I've found them in other locations around mountains, but more often than not, this is going to be your best place to find them. Although the redwoods is not the most friendly place to get to, just saying. Oh, there's a nice little Rex. Alright, the Argent Tavis, by far one of the most useful dinos in Ark. Now, you've got the Pteranodon for its speed, very fast, can get you across the map. The unfortunate thing about the Pteranodon is it doesn't have a lot of weight. And then you have the Quetzal. Very, very useful, very slow, but it also can carry a ton of stuff. So it's really good for farming metal up on the mountains, although it's going to take you a hell of a long time to get back. Now, the Argent Tavis is your golden in-between. So you can actually get an absolute ton of weight if you wanted to pump weight on these guys. So you can use them to farm up tons of stuff and get there significantly faster than the Quetzal, but you'll get there a little bit slower than the Pteranodon, but you'll be able to carry about 4 to 5 times as much stuff with you while you're doing it. And then the most useful part about this is you can use it to tame the majority of the dinos in Ark. Oh, can we not pick up a Dodok anymore? I could have swore these guys could pick up Dodoks. Oh, you know what? I've got carrying turned off on the server. Oh, God. Anyways, you could pick up the majority of the dinos in Ark with this guy. I don't know why I have pickup turned off. I think it was just an issue with the server settings. But yeah, you can pick up the Dodoks. You can pick up basically any medium-sized dino. I don't think you pick up a Carno with it. I'm pretty sure once you get to that size, you need a Quetzal. But the bonus thing about this is when you have the flyer pickup enabled on the server, your taming efficiency is going to be increased so much because you could bring them to a pen like this and drop them inside and knock them out inside of the pen. Then you don't have to worry about dinos coming to kill your stuff while you're taming them, or other players on the server interfering with your taming process and punching it and lowering your taming efficiency. So this is going to make everything so much easier to get progress in Ark, especially because you can fly all over the place. Really cannot go wrong with the RG. You're going to want to tame them with raw meat or raw prime meat, preferably prime meat, because you'll get really high taming efficiency and it's just going to come out a lot better. And yeah, obviously raw mutton as well, now that the sheep are out. So don't forget about the raw mutton. Kill yourselves some sheep and you'll be good to go. This brings me to my final dino on the list for my most useful dinos in Ark. Now this comes just as an effort for something that low level and people just starting in Ark can use. Now I've chosen this thing because look, we just knocked out a raptor. You don't have to farm up narco berries. You don't need to do anything. These guys are passive tames. You can tame them with mejo berries. It's going to take a while with mejo berries, but you don't have to do any farming. And you can actually progress really far with just the Equus, because you can knock out anything without really having to do much farming and progress that much better. Because we can go ahead and kill this raptor. All we got to do is just use its right-click knockout feature, and we should be able to... This is a level 192 that we're about to knock out. That's right. Get in your little corner rock. Go to sleep. Level 192 raptor. Perfect. So you can do that to frickin' Carnos, Rexes. It is so much easier to knock out creatures with the Equus than it is to actually knock them out with a, let's say, a crossbow with trank darts or trank arrows. And it's the best low-level dino. You can tame this thing at level 1. It doesn't require a saddle. And when you do get high enough level to make the saddle, you can actually craft all of your narcotics and gunpowder and spark powder while you're running around doing things, and you'll get XP for your dino and you at the same time. So it's just one of those dinos that is just phenomenal when you're starting off the game, and I think it's overlooked by a lot of new players. And it's also not particularly easy to find sometimes because they do get attacked and then they'll run all over the place, so they don't always... You won't always find them at their spawning locations, but I got a couple good locations for you guys to find these. And it's definitely, if you just started off in Ark, it's definitely going to want to be something that you try and tame your first couple days playing. And by that, I mean like in-game days. You get to like level 10, get some clothes, farm up some mejo berries, and just chase one of these guys around and get them tamed up. So we're just going to do a little flyover of where I usually look for the Equus. Now, we might not find one in this particular episode, but I have found them here very often. And according to the Wiki, this is their most common area to spawn. So we'll look at the map real quick. Now, I think my cursor might be a little off, but basically, we're going to fly in between... longitude 40 and longitude 80, and inside of that circle between latitude 70 and latitude 90, in that square of 3 or 4 blocks, is your most common area to find the Equus. So you're going to go up to this mountain. I call this Metal Mountain. Always go here to farm up metal when I'm low level, because it's basically one of the safer places to farm up metal. But usually you can find some wandering around on this mountain. Down here near the river. Now there are a couple Carno spawns here and raptor spawns as well, which can cause the Equus to kind of flee into the middle of nowhere. Sometimes you'll find them in the swamp. It's a little bit of a disaster. It's the unfortunate thing about a dino that's passive and runs at like Mach 10 away from anything that attacks it. But oh no, that's a Phiomia. Got a little excited. I was like, oh man, did we find one already? But yeah, so this is going to be your best area to find it. Now, we don't want to go into the redwoods, but over in this area as well, we should be able to find them up towards the edge of the redwoods. More often than not, they're in the woods, and I don't feel like looking through the woods right now, because that's usually where they end up running and getting stuck on like trees and stuff. Yeah, I don't see any through here. I can hear an Equus running around. There it is. I was like, I could hear it, but I couldn't frickin' see it. So, there it is. The majestic Equus stuck in a tree. I can see you can easily overlook these guys. It took me a while to find it, but I did actually find it back on Metal Mountain. On the other side, I believe is where I'm at. Yeah, I am on the other side of this little Metal Mountain bit here. And what level are you? Hello. Level 16. A whopping level 16. Still useful, but you're definitely going to want to get a higher level one if you can, but beggars can't be choosers sometimes. But yeah, so this is definitely one of the better areas. It's a big area to look through too, so you're not going to find one probably a lot on Metal Mountain, but you'll find them around this area and through that little zone. And I'll post a picture up right now that'll show you all of the spawning locations and their rarities for that location to help you guys out and find it. You're really just going to have to search around these areas until you find one running from something probably, but hopefully it helps you out. Now, that is all I've got for today's episode. I hope you all enjoyed it, and hopefully it was useful. I know a lot of you have been playing Ark for a long time, but now that it's officially out, there's a lot of new people coming into the game, and they might not know all of these useful little bits that you guys already know, so I figured it would be good to share it with everybody. Now, if you guys want to see videos with, like, my favorite list of, like, raiding dinos and base defense dinos and stuff like that, let me know in the comments below, as well as maybe a little montage video of my most useful breeding pens, perhaps, because I do a lot of breeding. So if you guys are into breeding and all of that stuff, don't forget to show your support and subscribe. And check out all those videos as well. Got a really cool zoo series that is out, and it's getting close to being done. I think we're a little over halfway through it now, and that's actually what I need to get doing now. That's what I got all these little breeding pens for, and my Pego sacrifice tower. But anyways, everybody, that is all I've got. I hope you all enjoyed it, and as always, I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.